If you're learning to use your V grip, one of the most annoying and frustrating things that you're going to encounter is squaring up the racket. Because you're in the chop position, how can you hit the shuttle? You have to learn to square up. And that is a part that really annoys most people, and I would think a lot of people will actually give up learning how to play V grip.
Also, for beginner like me to learn, I don't have like training from young, so doing the the proper way. And by then I play like this. Now I learn, so I have to really try to remember how to do it. It's a harder thing, but bad habit to change it.
And that's why so many people start with a pen handle. The racket's flat, the racket hand's already facing forward. It is so easy. Even when you start to have a nicer swing form, just by having a flat handle, like flat racket hand like this, it's just so much easier to hit. And for someone at Lynn's level, they don't really need the extra power as such. But the biggest benefit for you to learn to the V grip, for me anyway, is not only that the fact that the swing looks softer, it means that someone like Lynn, as she gets older as well, she's gonna put a lot less stress on the body. Because swinging like this take a lot of stress on the shoulder and the back.
Very bad for your arm muscle.
Exactly. So I know that with Lynn anyway, she has been commenting how easier her swing is lately.
I don't feel my arm that sore after.
Good swing is not just about power, but it's also about preventing injury. So in this exercise, I'm gonna call it flop at the top. This exercise is really about learning, throwing the racket as such. So you swing your arms upwards. And at the highest point, it's about realizing that the racket has nowhere to go but to flop at the top. You don't have to use any part of your body to swing. The racket will naturally swing by itself, right? And that's what most people don't realize, is that they tend to use too much hand to swing when the racket can already do that by itself, right? So that's one thing. So by throwing the racket up, now that you know the racket's going to clip over and swing and hit the shuttle, your only job now is learning to use your forearm rotation to square up. Obviously, you need to square the racket up before the point of impact. So by the time you hit the shuttle, it's square up. There's 3 reasons why you might slice. One is that you haven't squared up enough, so you're going to slice that way. If you're over squaring up, you're going to slice that way. Or the other very common problem is obviously while you're squaring up, if you hit the shuttle while you're squaring up, then you are going to slice. So a lot of people, they kind of go, but I am squaring up. Why am I still slicing? And the reason is simply because they are still hitting while the racket's still squaring up. So you got to learn to square up and then hit. This is just all about you learning that rhythm, learning when it works, right? And just getting used to this motion. For someone like me, it seems so obvious. It seems so obvious to me when I need to square up the racket. But for people like Lynn and people who are new to V grip, it's really hard to get that timing. So she has to learn not only to time it and learn how much she had to rotate the forearm, right? See, right now, she hasn't rotated enough. You see, you keep on hitting like this, right? You got to learn to rotate all the way like that, okay? So a couple key things that you can look for is that you want to, by the time it flops at the top, see how my racket is parallel to the floor? That's a sign that you have squared up. The other big thing I want you to think about is after you're squaring up, I want this racket hand to drop down by your racket leg, which is your right hand. So I don't want to see this swinging across the body. You don't need to. You're not hitting it hard. Just let it flop and down. So it should look like this. And remember, this exercise is not about power. By flopping the wrist and you're trying to hit too hard, you're going to hurt your wrist and hurt your forearm. So you don't think about power. Just simply nice and soft and just do this. So let's have a look and see. Let's see how Lynn does it. Believe me when I say it might look simple, and if you can say people who already know how to play with V grip and stuff, they make it look really easy and simple. But it won't be simple for Lynn. If you try it out and you're learning to use your V grip, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. But please keep sticking at it. It's a beautiful exercise. I'm quite proud of that exercise. Nice. So my job is to let Lynn know if she has squared up correctly. Just relax and just use your tricep muscle. Beautiful. Don't use your hand. Don't use the hand. Good. So as you can see, it's not as easy as you think. Nice. That's it. And if nicely, the shuttle should really go down the middle to middle, or wherever I hit, it should go down the straight line. Beautiful. So Lynn doing really well at having her elbow in front, which is something that really new to her. That was a slice. That's better. Square up the racket earlier. Yeah, a little bit earlier. Stay in the chop, square up. That's it. Right, square up. Nice. That's it. Nice. So as you can see, Lynn is now suddenly getting a lot more power. Square up a bit. Beautiful. That's it. Nice. Square up a little bit earlier. No, too late. That's better. Nice. And one of the things about learning this V grip, as Lynn will learn later on, is when the shuttle behind her, she can still hit really far. Nice. And the other thing that I like about this exercise is that people will suddenly start realizing how much power they get from doing such a little swing. So I'm going to be on this side now so you can see what the swing should look like. So nice and relaxed, and I'm just using my third finger to, sorry. That looks really good, Emlyn. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Stay in the V, stay in the V. What do you think of the exercise?
Feels so much better, easier. Actually, I just mainly use these three fingers, hold it, and then relax those two fingers, and then boom. Yeah. It doesn't take really much energy to do that.
It doesn't, right?
Yeah.
And that's because your body is doing a lot of work. A lot of people, what happens is when they use their fingers and their hand first and hold the grip too tight, essentially they are preventing a lot of the body muscle and energy to do the work for you. So then suddenly they have to do a lot of work by themselves by using the hands. So they do like this rather than just that.
Yeah.
Right?
And remind yourself to elbow up. A lot of time we play like this, and they just hit like this. You know?
Do you feel the difference with the elbow up?
Yes. Yeah. Up and hit up. You know, hitting the point up, not let down here.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, because like what happens is that if you swing your hand upward, it will flop at the top.
Yes.
If you swing your arm forward like this, naturally, watch this. You see my flopping point is here.
Yeah.
I'm
so
smashing
that's
into
why
the
a lot
ground.
of time hitting on the net.
Yes.
Right, and then you knock over. You know?
And honestly, a lot of that's because they come in, they swing like this.
Yeah,
they do big swing, but it's the elbow that going forward and down. So naturally, it will drag the whole arm down, and your contact point is here. And of course, it's going to go into the net.
Yeah.
So having this elbow up and swing upwards makes such a big difference, not only just for power, but also the angle that you get later on. Because I want to teach Lynn my slide shot eventually, but she has to learn to do this. If she doesn't learn to do this,
I had to learn the basic first, and then do the fancy shot later.
It's not that fancy.
For me.
So give that a try, but remember, do not go for power in this exercise. And it's important the person that you're going to play with or the person that you're going to practice with, they also understand that it's not about power, okay? So it's not about showing off or anything like that, right? Simply learning to relax and flop and squaring up that racket. And you're going to find that hopefully this exercise, if you do it enough time, this will become very, very natural to you to hitting it straight. So ideally, if you stand down the middle line, neither of you should need to move left or right unless there's a mishit. So that's when you know you have everything under control and do it consistently well.
Wow.
Great exercise, simple but very great exercise.
Start today.
Start today, start yesterday. If you enjoyed the video, drop the comment down below. Let me know what you think of the exercise. And please don't comment about the wrist. As I told you, we are not doing for power, so your wrist should not get sore. If you do it correctly, your wrist should not be sore, okay? Because you're using your fingers and your forearm, not the wrist. Yes?
Yes.
But let us know what you think about the exercise. Lynn seems to love it. I know my other students love them. So if you're stuck on the V grip, you'll see a video here about how to hold a proper V grip. And there's another video here which talks a lot about fingers power, which this exercise helps you to learn quite a lot as well. So check those two videos out. They will blow your mind. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Squeeze the subscribe button.
Let's get better together.
Bye-bye.